YouTube stream set up now. You see, I ain't touched this shit since yesterday. When I'm off, I'm off.
I just got done marking my chart.
Let's see how we looking. Cool.
I ain't looking that bad actually today.
Bet. So the YouTube stream running. Just got the notification on my phone. Cool. See how we looking. So the daily, same story as a couple days ago. Big ass daily closure from yesterday. Oop, I mean to do that. I gotta delete all these damn lines. I'll be having so many lines throughout the course of a day. But I did see that we kind of came into like, let's see, we closed below this
Mhm.
right there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we came into like this right here. But we are at this like overall zone right here too. So it could potentially reject out of here. We just gotta kind of gotta see. There's news in 2 minutes. So my bias honestly still is bearish, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up. We just in a kind of a nasty little range where the resistance is right here and supports right here. 4 hour, I always take a look at it, but it's not a super duper high time, or it's not a time frame I really look at that much. But the 1 hour is where I start getting some real analysis from. And so, I mean, honestly, there are definitely sales below like really here, but like safer would be under here to target into this support here. Long targets will be down into this support. So just zone to zone. I wouldn't put my next zone after that. I'll put it down here. And then Brandon, I saw your message. Buys above 33.49, correct. Just basically in the middle of a range right now before this news drops. And
That buy look
then
clean too.
you said the what?
The buy look clean too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I think I want sales, but I'm not opposed to either. Let's see, yeah. 30 minute. Technically, this 30 minute is about to close below this though. And if this thing wicks up hella with news, I wouldn't be opposed to taking an entry on the break of that low. It just depends on what we looking like. Let's see, 3 seconds. Mm, that's what I'm gonna do. Take a sell on the break of the low. Trusting that volume gonna take it down. It closed below, albeit small. And then if it breaks this low, it should go. This would be a hella quick trade. Let's see how big a stop loss that would be though. Right now, 40-ish. I really don't want it to keep going up, but we will see and adjust as needed. All I need is 20 to like 18 pips for a payout, which is funny. So, like I said, I would have liked a closure below all this, but I'm anticipating volume to go ahead, break this low, break that low, and at least push down into like, let's see, like here. And that would be more than smooth. I really could use this if I want to take advantage of. That's an extra 10. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use that current candle low and just put my faith in it that it'll push. So that's 3341.4 instead. Because it already made a top wick with no bottom wick. So when it breaks that low, it should just get going. And I want to take advantage of the wick fill and beyond it. So let's see. 33, 38-ish is where I'm gonna put a take profit. Just in case it shoot down real fast. I do like how all time frames are bearish. All time frames close below. You got this one, but this support right here, but I ain't too worried about that. Not during a time of volume like this. Like I said, if I get out earlier, it's because um I get just got what I needed. All right, I'm in. So let's see. All right, I'm in. I seen 10. I'm gonna put my stop loss above this wick. All right. Yep, that's it. I made it. Made my bread. 400 to the T.
Jeez.
Yeah. Quick. That's the payout. That's the payout. Let's go. So
So
you caught it?
I caught some of it.
But yeah, it was quick. It was quick. I know it. We'd have loved for a big push. I wouldn't be surprised if it continues. But yeah, it's looking like it's wanting to go down. But I ain't gonna be stupid. I made what I need to make. So, and I seen 20 on my personal account, and I got out at 17. So, that's a straight trade too. So, yeah, man. Let me go ahead and mark that up.
Quick little payout.
Man, quick. And then that's why we. Oh, let me make sure I'm out of everything. Cool. Um, yeah, like so this little area right here was an area of interest where I was like, let me keep an eye on this. I would have wanted it to get into here, but shit, I ain't complaining for sure. So
You had
and
put a two
and
on
I'm
that?
a I'll do a two, yes sir, for 20. Do a two for 20. What you throw a one?
Yeah,
How much you make?
60.
Okay. Quick.
I wanted to keep going down some more, but I started staggering a little bit.
Yeah. Nah, you can't play with it. Definitely can't play with it. So
Them posts on top
I'm gonna
ones
go.
be like, damn, again?
Man, look, I gotta make a video on it now, bro. After these next two payouts, that'd be 21,000 withdrawn from $1,200, bro.
And you started like in May.
No, no, no. I started in April.
Oh,
I've held these accounts. I couldn't find it yesterday, but I found it. I couldn't find it yesterday morning, but I found it today. I've had these accounts for 85 days.
hmm.
hmm Because I just didn't have so much going on with the wedding and with the bachelor trip and so much. So honestly, the breaks have been doing me so well. I can't even complain, bro. Like, who mad about this? Taking little days off. Fuck it. Fuck it. We need breaks from this shit. We definitely need breaks from this shit. But oh yeah, let me go ahead and mark it up. So third
That's like
15,
a extra 8K a month you had.
bro. I'm telling you, 30, 15 minutes last 30-minute close below the range, 30-minute candle wick straight up without a bottom wick entered on rebreak of current low, used current high, high as stop loss. Um, yeah, bro. I mean, that's really as simple as it was. I'm gonna say scene 20 took profit at 17.
And now the candle is just undecisive right now.
Exactly. And that's why I'd be like a little scary because like when you want to be 100, yes, this is looking like it's still supposed to go down, but bruh, I do not like dealing with these 5 minutes because now technically on the lower time frame, this is a fake out. This 5 minute closed back in range, so this 5 minute can just be a bottom wick to continue up. But like I said, it's a lot of noise found on the lower time frames for sure. But man, I don't like dealing with none of it. I want my shit to go straight to payola. Boom. Straight to it, I promise you. But let's see if that was so this is off of the 30 minute. I'll screenshot off the 5 minute as well. Yeah, bro. See, holding that bag, you would have to put your stop loss up here above the previous 30 minute.
What would your
But
next
yeah, bro.
payout be?
7,000. 3,500 from two accounts.
Mm.
Yep. So every time I can get a max of 3,500. So I, for some reason, Top One just does some system updates every now and then, and they will unlink your copy trader. So like I copy trade on all these, and yeah, bro. For some reason they'll just unlink that shit. So like two times I've taken two wins on this account, and it not reflected on the other two accounts. So this one is close to getting a payout again.
Mm.
Because I had to make 7,500, 6,000, and then 4,500. It gets lower every time.
Oh, it gets lower. Okay.
Yeah, it gets lower. So this will be my second payout on each account. So my target was 160, 232, and I'm at 163.01. This consistency is incorrect. They say I got to go in and message them as I did the last time for them to fix it, but all good. So I'm gonna start working on that over here on this side. I ain't done though. I mean, if I see something else I like, I'll go real low risk just in case anyone else hops on or wants to hop in. I'm gonna unlink these accounts real quick. Um, um, cool. There we go. So I unlink these.
Yeah, that motherfucker don't know what they want to do.
What?
That candle.
Let's
They don't know what they want to do.
see. Yeah, because now it's still not a bad trade considering, or it's still not a bad area, like mostly based on the 1 hour, because if the 1 hour closes below, yes, this is in the way a little bit right here, but you expect volume to push you down today into here. You know, I was like yesterday, well, we know that price is gonna come down here or have a good feeling. It's just about how good of an entry can you catch to get in it, to be a part of it. But cannot complain. It was a quick ass move. 19 seconds. 19 seconds today, 17 seconds yesterday. Bruh.
Damn, y'all caught something already?
Yeah, on news. So it was at 8:31.
That's why we wanted them like $100 K on 150K accounts, man. Can leverage more.
Man, I need to do something about these alerts. I was looking at the chat at 8:17, waiting for the call. And they see y'all get over.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you can just look for it anytime between 8:20 and like 8:25, 8:26. I'm probably gonna throw that link out there. Adjusted.
Man, 600 profit now. I was like, in this
Yeah,
week,
bro, you
win a
getting back
thousand.
right. Yeah, you getting back right.
No red on
You
the
done-
calendar.
What'd you say?
I said no red on the calendar.
It's gonna come. I started out the first day of the month with a little negative 65.
Yeah,
I like getting it out the way.
yeah.
It's great. Like I said, we win so much. It just kind of is what it is. But like I said, that's gonna be my only trade on them two accounts for today. If I see anything else, I go real low risk, like the old one or some shit. Like you said, that's this candle real indecisive right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if it reject out of here to continue up and close above here. I on my second trade of the day, sometimes I'd be like a little less risky, obviously, but that buy on the break of that high don't look bad. That daily high for the 50 something pip range to theory.
So then Friday, you start on your next payout.
Technically, but I mean, I I already am close to payout on the next account because remember I already got paid out on this account 2 weeks ago before the wedding. So I'm at 158,500 and I need 161,488. So I'm less than 3,000 away from that. So yes, but no, it's already in the works.
Yeah, because you said they didn't copy it.
They didn't copy them exactly.
Man, that's
Exactly.
lame.
Bruh, what? Twice now. And I said, but it's funny though. I said, if I'd have been losing, I would have been happy. If I would have lost, I'd have been happy. But I requested my last payout on July 3rd. I
You
want
gonna get
this.
that shit by the end of the month.
I mean, yeah, hopefully by the end of next week. I've already made this week 1,700. So I'm gonna take tomorrow off, and then Friday hopefully smack for another little 4, 5, 600. Just keeping it steady and slow. But this is still looking good though.
I think I'm gonna go smaller if I see something again.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I turned off my copy trader, and I am gonna just go a one if I see something again. I don't want to throw away my profits. I'm up 400. If we didn't take something so early, I'd have been cool to call it a day. But we got some folks on that ain't caught nothing yet. So if I see anything, I'll get in low risk, try to catch a little another 200 or so.
Come on, candle close below that.
Exactly. Exactly. Like technically, this still ain't bad. But we just getting so close to the end of
There
the
we
one
go.
hour candle. And at that point, it's like you might as well just wait. But it definitely just closed below. Because if this shit wick straight up, that's the same trade we just took. If it gave us a wick. But this shit can reject out of here the same way it did the first time. That shit shot up too.
So would you put a sell on the previous candle's bottom? Like if it give you
So
that the current candle give you that
so
top wick?
so it gotta have no bottom wick for me to use the previous or the current candles low. So the way we got in was, and I'll even go like to really it's like you can see it off the 1 minute best. So this candle at 8:30 wicked straight up. It wicked straight up for right here, like 36 pips right here, wicked straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, I could get in on a break of this previous low, or I can get in on a break of the current candle low. I got in on the break of the current candle low because one, there was volume. And two, it was a 10 pip range, 10 extra pips between that and the previous low. I was like, that's 10 pips to take advantage of. And what happened? We caught 10 plus another 10, and then it straight reversed. So if I'd have got in down here, I'd have either had to get out at break even or took a loss because I got in 10 pips later than I could have. So in
Mm-hmm.
this instance, I trusted the volume that when it broke its own low, that I was good to get in and go down or trust to go down. So you'll see it and rewatch it on the YouTube stream if you need to after we're finished. If candles shoot straight up, usually I always say most candles make top and bottom wicks. So when it broke its own low, I was cool to get in. Like I said, I do like this to continue down. It's just will it keep playing around this little area right here? Oh man.
Pushing though.
Yeah, it definitely is. There we go. It's pushing down, pushing down. Like I said, it's in a strange little area because technically, based off of the higher time frame, it should just keep on continuing to make bottom or top wicks to continue down, top wicks continue down. And if you only look at this candle, it's some clean candles to mirror, but I do see that we are at supports here and here. So anything can happen. That's why we like, let me get to my lower time frame. Coming, it's coming. Just broke that bottom, that low too. There we go. You said you got to go into the office in 20 minutes or 5, 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
How far is it from the crib?
No, I'm in the parking lot right now.
Oh, no wonder you only caught 60. It's hard to catch on your phone.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
DJ said he be trading on his phone. I'd be like, bro, I've never even looked at it on the phone, honestly.
I hate doing on the phone because you can't really put no like buy stops and all
Nothing.
that shit. I
Yeah,
don't know how
nothing.
to at least.
You probably missed out on $100 just by that.
Yeah. But starting August, I'm back to my 3 days at home, so that's good.
Okay.
Definitely getting that payout then.
Let's see.
I might well just wait until it clears all that bottom.
Right. 50, 28.
You have that gold line like 33.29 around that range.
Um, I actually, yeah, that's where I should. Well, that's where a sell would be below, yes, 33.30. But my next target would have been 33.32 if it closes below this because I got this most near support on the 30 minute right here. But yes, if I were looking for sells below, it would definitely be under 33, 30.4. But I see what you're looking at. No, you're right. 33.29 is best just because of this support here, actually. So yeah, I like 33.29. Unless we got volume in the market to push us past this, I'd rather just wait 10 more pips to get under this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. And that still leaves a 50 plus pip range to take advantage of. So yeah.
Is it that 33.29 that the lowest candle?
The lowest candle, the lowest support is at 33.30.4. But then I look left a little bit more and I see that there were a lot of holdups at 33.29, like you
Mm,
were saying. So right in here is where I see a whole bunch of rejections right there,
mm-hmm.
right there, right there. So after we get under that and close below that, I am anticipating that we should easily push to fill the rest of that right there.
Yeah. Yep.
hmm But
Yeah, if I could get that.
a novice trader will look at the bottom of this and think that we can just close below that. But price obviously held up here a lot of times for a reason.
Right.
So the safer bet would be under there, unless let's see, the daily low is 33.29.4, which is this. So you know how sometimes we'll take a sell after breaking below this and
Mm-hmm.
just say fuck it, volume gonna take us down through there. But that just got to be it just depends on what price looks like when it gets down there. And we are still, I mean, to be fair, we still 100 pips away from that, 116 pips away from that. So honestly, it'll likely be that we catch something under this blue line at 33, 37.6 before we are looking all the way down here. Like this will probably happen either tomorrow, tonight, something like that. Unless price just clears all this out, like you were saying.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the chat. I'm gonna be in the chat.
Say less. Be easy, bro. Let's see. Let's see. So on the 1 hour, it looks good. It's just close to this damn support right here. So I would be mindful of that. Because I would like to think that it's gonna come really all the way down. But I would at least make a decision around here. And with the way this is printing, that's 37 to take advantage of. The 30 minutes also about to close bearish. hopefully below the range. The 15-minute hopefully closes bearish below this and this. But we'll see. I definitely got my trust in the higher time frames. Like the 1 hour is definitely supposed to come down if it closes below everything. But I gotta respect this too. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to force nothing. Definitely don't want to force nothing, but don't look bad. Be the top width. If it pushes down without a top width, there's nothing I can do. Oh, I didn't even put what type of trade that was. That was a breakout. Breakout because this one closed below the range, broke out of this minor support right here, closed below, got a straight wick up, used this bottom as my entry point, got out kind of right into there. 40 seconds. See how we looking. And this 15-minute closes bearish. Yeah. Come on now. If this 30-minute closes bullish, then fuck no. I ain't doing shit. I'll wait on a 9:15 candle likely. 8 seconds. Mm. Well, let's see how that closed. It technically closed below, but it closed like, bro, like right at it damn near. So my thoughts, honestly, at this point, will be to wait on the 15-minute candle because you got candles telling us different stories, basically. So you got this candle that just closed bullish. You got this candle that damn near came all the way down to the target area, the first target area, which was found on the 1 hour resistance right here. And then you got a 15-minute support also right here. That is obviously being respected. So considering that this 15-minute support has been respected one, two times now, this shit, honestly, no lie, it's probably gonna break this high and go on up to create a top wick, which is ultimately the top wick on the 1 hour candle. But that would be my opinion now. Just to wait on a clear closure below this now. And if you want to get even dive deeper into it, you can really wait on a closure below like this right there. So it'll be a little more waiting involved, targeting this, keeping an eye on this. May even wait for a closure below this to take advantage of this. But we'll play it by ear. But like I said, this 15-minute candle rejected out of here. This is the new 1 hour opening. So breaking this high, this should push up a little bit. We just don't know how much, considering that we're still bearish according to the higher time frame, which is the 1 hour and which is the 4 hour. Because we just broke the previous low too. But I do like how it's going. It's just the ranges are getting a little small. Right there to right there is not very big. Above here would be cool to continue up. That 30-minute closed nasty though. Very, very nasty. So now this can definitely fill this wick. But just a waiting game. Just a waiting game. I'll be back. And the reason I'll be saying I'll be back is because I'm not gonna do nothing before 9:15 anyway. Like I'm gonna need obviously a 15-minute closure below something if I'm taking a trade. And you could always do that buy stop on the break of the daily high, like I'd be talking about. It's easier seen on Tradeabate just because they have this high and low of the day marked out for you, which I really like. But I just be looking on that to see, or you can just go to the daily like this and say, okay, this is the daily high. Okay, this is the daily low. But yeah, so I will watch out for above here and below here or here. All right, I'm back. We still respecting that support on 15. Man. If it don't close below right now, still just waiting. I'm gonna say, I'll be right back. Let's see. Yeah, Brandon, you're on the right track. 2 minutes, but it might be another 5, 10, 15. Look at that 15 closing, just nasty, bro. Ain't do shit. Came down, came up. Mm. Well, another 15 minutes likely of waiting. Patience pays, though. It is what it is. But it definitely could get going early. It's just not my move if it does. I'll trust that 930 volume before I hop in anything like this, where this shit has now rejected 1, 2, 3 times. So a 30-minute will be a good little indicator of what's to come. I'll be back once again. And another note, if 930 start pushing through all these highs, do like that to utilize that 930 volume to break above and continue. Most definitely. All right, I'm back. Still nothing, huh? Another nasty 30-minute closure. This whole ass. Bruh, you cannot make this shit up. Literally nothing's happening. Yeah. Nothing. Brandon. This we are. Yeah. Yeah. It looks real nasty on the 15, bro. No, you can't make this shit up. But off the higher time frame, the 1 hour, all that was a top wick rejecting right out of this resistance right here. Came on down, but got to deal with this shit again. This shit again. Shit crazy. This don't got a top wick. So this is likely to flip and make a top wick. I'd be wanting to catch a little sauce for those who came in, hell, 5, 10 minutes later than when we caught. But bro, this shit ain't doing nothing today. Legitimately ain't doing nothing. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, appreciate that, Roger. I saw it just in your message. Yeah, it's not looking like too much is going on, especially yeah, it's pushing, but like it still don't have a top wick, and you know we don't get in moves that don't have top wicks on a sell, bottom wicks on a buy, unless this 945 candle closes a but under here now. Then that's all I got. If I don't see nothing by 945, I'm gonna just call it. I don't want to be forcing nothing, but it was a quick ass movie call earlier, 19 seconds at 8:31. But other than that, this shit has definitely just been pinballing back and forth. Same old, same old. But I'm gonna wait till 9:45 though. See. Not looking bad though. Not looking bad.
Are you waiting for it to break the yellow line and enter again?
No. Wait on a closure below this line because this line on the 1 hour time frame is a resistance right here. So I use resistances as targets. So if I were to get in again from here, I would need a closure under there. If I didn't get in there, I would need a closure like under here because here's the support on that's easily seen on the 30-minute time frame right here and right here. So if this just runs without a top wick, I mean, it just is what it is. Like I don't really ever get in without top wicks because I had no stop loss. I would have had to use this stop up here as my stop, and we were right at a support on most seen on the 15-minute, and it rejected one, two, three times. So all this is literally just happening because of volume. But if we were to close like close up to here and still leave a decent amount of range to here, that wouldn't be a bad entry. Expecting this to fill this range right there. But it should just pushing now. You could have gotten in on a break of this, but it could have rejected how it did right there. It could have rejected how it did right there.
I had
Oh,
got in. I got out though. I took a little on it.
how much you make?
Just 100.
There you go. Yeah, volume is definitely there. Um, but all the confirmation just aren't there. It was a
Yeah,
fine
that's why I
trade.
had just got it right out.
Yeah, it was a straight trade, but not a perfect trade. It's finally making some bit of a move though. It's like I said, starting with the daily time frame, as we've been talking about since the start of the stream. This daily candle close strong bearish. This daily candle close strong bearish. This could just be the top wick for this to continue down into this area down here. So just putting the pieces of the puzzle together, this ain't bad either. This was just a top wick to continue down. So it definitely made sense. Definitely made sense. Can't just chase volume because at that point you have nowhere to get out technically if it goes against you. You just got in down here. Your technical stop would be up here. Your take profit would be just somewhere near, and then you have all these potential rejection areas. So the same way that price then got held up right there, the same way it can get held up right here. So I like to have clean candles to mirror, which if it got under this right here, then I don't have much in my way. But right there, right there, this is a little iffy. But by that point, I probably would have gotten out anyway. So, but yeah, you literally can't call this. It's pushing down with no top. Brandon, you would be trying to catch a falling knife. if you just try to call the bottom because at any point this shit could just continue to push down and down and down and down. Once again, where would you get out? Unless you just put a stop loss below like the daily low. That's right there, I believe it is. So you could do a buy limit at that, anticipating it, do this again, do this again, do this again, here, here. But it also can blow straight through that shit. So if you were to do that, I would recommend just I would recommend just putting a stop loss below the daily low at 3229.4. But that's just not a part of my strategy. I usually just catch breakouts, fake outs, and break up that daily high and low. I don't really put buy limits trying to guess the opposite. Because I wouldn't feel comfortable, as I say, putting my stop loss here and then where am I getting out? But it makes sense though. The idea definitely makes sense. I will not negate that. Because in reality, if it touches this bit, you can't tell me that it shouldn't go up a little bit before it comes down. But are you holding for 15? You holding for 20? You holding for 30? You holding for 40? That's just what you got to ask yourself. But it's getting right into that little area I was talking about where price already was struggling a little bit. So like kind of like right in here. And it already rejected out from that point 38, 40 pips right now. So and then I wouldn't be surprised this candle flips all the way up to make a top wick, to be honest. We're just in a very indecisive area because we're at this support on the daily time frame. Right there. Right there. Now it's 9:45, and then we real close to this support right here. So how close are we getting to the daily low now? Man, bring it, roll. So if y'all know me, y'all know my go-to move is the break of the daily low. So if we get close to that, I just might try my hand at it. That'd be 3329.4. But I would just do a a very low risk entry. Just because we are close to a support at that area that I identified. Let's see. That would be this. Eh. Yeah, no, it's not terrible. If it breaks through all that, I would just take a lower risk entry though. But it would have to get there. We still 40 pips away from it. 30, 40. But if I were to get into it, it would be break of the daily low right here. It's anticipating the flip and to at least take me down to feel like break this wig into like this green area here. But you got to be mindful. I don't love selling the bottoms, as I always say. But when volume calls, volume calls. I anticipate like this wick to fill. And then if it breaks that wick, it should push another like 20, 30. But like I said, I'm going low risk. We just got right into that support again. All right, it's breaking through this now. Like I said, it's slick, easier seen on Tradeovate, but I'm on Project X on one account. So let's see, we getting close to the daily low, as mentioned. When it breaks that daily low, I'm anticipating it to have a quick move down. I gotta take profit about 30 something away from that. My stop loss right now would just be discretionary, but technically, like this high right here, technically on the 5 minute. But that break of the daily low has been good to me. If we don't get in on this five, well, I was gonna say I could use the next 5 minute high if that opens up and gives me a top wick, but I'll see once we get there to that point. I'm just throwing on one lower risk because it's my second trade of the day and price has already fallen so much from the top. I already fell 160 cents the top. So let's see how this candle closes on the 5 minute. Hopefully, I want to wake up, honestly. But if it just breaks, it is what it is. Because right now, I'm looking like this. Be swift with your exit just because it's a break of the daily low. So that shit could shoot down and then come back up, honestly. Mm, 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 mm. You got close. You definitely got close. Like a pip away, legit. I don't love getting in this late into a candle, but here goes a retest. So this shit can retest. I'm breaking out of this yellow line that I had drawn on the first support here. That'd be good. But if this shit start breaking this high and coming all the way back up, then I don't know. Because now you got two straight candles that have had no top wick. That'd be the 30-minute candle, fell with no top wick, 15-minute candle, fell with no top wick.
I think we green. I think it's just giving us a good top with.
I hope so. I hope so. Because I'll even move my stop loss down to this high just to preserve capital. But for now, I'll leave it here just for the screen's display. All right, it's rejecting out of there. All right, let's see. Damn, it looked like it was about to. It's still
I
not though.
trust the move. I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it should. And break it at daily low. That should be green bean. Boom. And then if it ain't this candle, the next candle definitely should take it on down there. Let's see what we looking like. All right, I'm in. Let's see how we looking. All right, so I'm gonna just put my stop loss above this entry candle, honestly, and then take profit down here, like 33.26. All right, so I'm in. Let's see, I'm up 40, 50, or yeah, 5. It's in that blue line that I was talking about though. So it just depends on how this 5 minute want to open. If it just want to go give us that green off the muscle, but it definitely went down like 10ish. I want to say. But I'm using this current 5 minute high as my stop loss. All right, this 5 minute candle about to close in 2 seconds. So let's see. Hopefully this 5 minute don't make too much of a top wick. That's the only thing. Because you technically should be using the 15-minute high. Really like the previous 30-minute high. That's why it's like a little ugly getting in at the bottom. But we'll see how it shake out. Usually that shit just be flying. Need to break its own low again. Break through this 5 minute. There was support right here that I found. Let's see. Yeah. This shit playing around the bottom now. Let's see how we looking. Like I said, I seen a little bit of support right here that I wouldn't be surprised if it got held up at. That's the only thing holding us up right now is this little support. Only down like 15, 16, but see. Mm-mm. If it break its on high again, I may slick it out. Like this shit keep on making higher highs and pushing up. Like this shit should have been pushed down. I'm cool with just cutting it. If it, I'm just trying to preserve capital. Honestly, if it break its on high again, it should respect this high, but I'll see. I'll just see. It's all about preserving capital for the next trade. To be honest, yeah, I'm cool. I'm gonna just get out of that. Just because I don't want to just let this shit sit in too much drawdown. This shit should have definitely been just moved. So I made 400 on my first trade, lost 170 on the second trade. I'm cool with just cutting that at minus 17. Like I said, it should continue, but it's no point in just me sitting in this drawdown. Especially on the break of the daily low. That shit should be flying down. Definitely should be flying down. Preserve that capital. It's rejecting out of this support again, though. So it definitely could reject out of here and continue. Mm-hmm. Reject to continue down. It's just this support has me a little bent right here. Where is it at? Yeah, right in here. I don't like that. I seen like 10, I want to say. And I can tell because of once again on Trade of 8 how you had this and now this is the daily low. And I got in right here. So I'd rather just reassess than keep holding on to it. Mm-hmm. Definitely preserve capital for the next trade. Fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that up.
Maximum loss, no trading allowed.
Oh my god, what you do?
I
Oh my
told you I only
god.
had 400 left. I couldn't. I told you I was already right there.
Man. Let me go ahead and mark that up.
It's cool. The first time I was gonna hold it just because.
Man, no. Let's see. So break up the daily low. But mm, let me see. I do want to try one more thing though. After it broke out of this, I slick wouldn't mind taking the buy up because it just exhausted out of here. So if this 1 hour closes like this, I would actually get back in on the ooh. Let's see how this looks. I want a bottom wick to get in on this counter trend trade. Bottom wick first. Ah, that's not enough. Yeah, I'm gonna buy stop on the break of this high right here at 33.34.2. 33.34.2. Because we just rejected out of the daily low, closed above all these supports right here. I ain't even finished marking that shit up. But I anticipate that this should at least make a top wick into like these areas, like 25 to 30 pips. And the 15-minute just closed bullish. And that's why I be saying preserve that capital, because now that's 170 that I lost instead of losing the full 360. And I could use the break of this high as my entry point, saving that capital. So let's see what it do. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, now that shit want to push down. I need a little flip. Mm, 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 mm. It was so long. Come on now. Give us the little flip. All candles closed above. Looking pretty good. So this rejects out again. This 1 hour, like I'll be mentioning, doesn't have a top wick after closing above all these supports right here. I'm about to get in if it breaks that previous high. So let's see. I do like how it pushed down again. I'm gonna use this low as my stop. But let's see. I ain't holding for too long, especially with a counter trend trade. But we will see if it activates us. All right, getting close. Once again, the analysis is all candles on every time frame closed above this support, all these supports. Price wick down without a top wick, having a stop buy stop above the previous 15-minute candle that closed weak bullish, using this low as our technical stop loss. The 5-minute candle is about to close. It respected this low right here. I would want a little bit more of a bottom wick on this 5 minute as well, but it's all good. I do trust it. All right, so I'm in that. So let's see. So now this 15 minute has flipped. So I will use this as the low. I said I ain't staying in for too long, especially with it being my second trade of the day, or third now technically.
New account active. Let's do
it. All right, so in this, like I said, so I'm up 5 on it, up 7, up 8. So let's see if we can get a little bit of a push on that after breaking the new high. Up 6 again, up 9. Come on now. But yeah, like I said, this is counter trend, so I don't want to hold this bad too long because at the end of the day, like I always be saying, this could just simply be the top wick for the 1 hour to come down. So I've seen about 8 or 9, I believe it was max so far. So let's see if we can see what it
it.
do.
I'm gonna just watch for the day. I ain't gonna be greedy.
Yeah. Down 5 or 6 now. This previous 5 minute just closed hella bullish. And like I be saying, I like bottom wicks first because this came up to now it's coming down to make a bottom wick. But we will certainly see what it do. I like watching 2 different time frames on 2 different screens. And the 15 minute is what this is mostly based on. I'm down 10 now on this. I'm trying my best not to like lose big chunks, but we will see. Hopefully that 5 minute bottom wick was enough to just go ahead and make the move up because this ain't much of a bottom wick. This is a pretty good trade though, especially considering how the 30 minute closed above this range. He said, "Don't risk the payout." Nah, I didn't do that. I went ahead and I requested on them 2 accounts. This is my other account, so I'm good. This is just low risk on another account. That's why it's nice having 3 of them because you can take different trades on them. But usually these trades be moving faster than this in the positive. I just don't want to get to 10-0 or 10-10, 10-15, and then them start making lower lows. Because if this 5 minute closes like this and a candle breaks this low, this shit can push down hella. So let's see how we looking. So it's right near that support again, right here. So let's see how we looking. If it breaks its own low, we going down. Mm, 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 mm. I said I seen like 9 or 10. But if this candle closes like this at 10-10 below this, eh. But if it just is rejecting, that's cool. Mm-mm-mm. Got my little clock right next to me. Let's remain. This can remain above. Still looking good. If we close under this, I don't know. Yeah, see. see, that's 27. Now this 5 minute has no top wick, so that's good because it should flip up to make a top wick. Exactly. Let's see if it wants to continue to push up how it should. Okay, so I'm comfortable saying that if this breaks this low, I do think that it's gonna come down. So I'm gonna move my stop loss to under this 5 minute low at 33, 31.3, 33, 31.1. 33, 31.1. Looks like we're getting back into close to profits. Only down 10. Should flip again. But like I said, if this 5 minute in fact breaks its own low, that shit definitely just going up to come down based on price action. And I'd rather save them 10 pips for my next trade. So let's see how we looking. That's just me preserving capital though. I mean, it definitely should respect all this, but I don't care to just sit in the drawdown like that. I call it a day and go on to tomorrow, honestly, before I sit in the drawdown. Pushing up, getting back close to break even. I always say, if you're scared, get out. Getting close again. All right, back in profits. Back up 1, 2 pips. This is flipping again. Yeah, bro. If this comes back in profit and then comes back down again, I'm definitely just gonna be cool with it. Saying fuck it. Because I want this 15-minute candle is about to close in 3 minutes anyway. So I want a bullish closure. If it closed under here, I would expect this going down anyway. Making a sit. See. Let's see, 10, 13. This 15-minute closing. As long as this 15-minute candle closes above, it should be good. Which means that this 5 minute is closing bullish as well. I want this 5 minute to close like pretty strong bullish so it can break this high and continue up. $30. Like I said, I'm comfortable with my stop loss below this previous 5 minute low. It got no reason to break this low if it want to continue up, especially with how it's about to close. It's just in a bit of a little range area right now. Hopefully it pushes up just a little bit more. It looks like it's closing above this range. Got 7 seconds. So closing above this again. All right. Let's see. It might come down first since it closed bearish, but we will see. Ain't nothing really happening right now. Like I said, if that shit just get me out there, it just get me out. I'm gonna just call it. He said account blown. Yeah, this shit about to stop. Yup. Well, that was ass. This shit came in profit 2 times before it pushed up. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely just call it after that. Got payout on 2 accounts. Lost $92 on one account, but it is what it is. I do anticipate this still honestly coming up as long as it respects all these lows right here. I just didn't want to sit in any more drawdown than I had to because it came in profit. In profit. Let's see. GG's. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, there was 2 times that bitch was in profit. I thought that shit would fly straight up, especially considering it came out of the daily support right here. So yeah, all good, all good. Well, let's call it there and don't revenge trade because that don't ever work out. So I'll catch y'all boys tomorrow or Friday.